The first horse Roger bought was named Dandy, and he bought it from Walter Fennell, who had been cutting for years, and the bug bit him. And I have a little plaque at home that says, "Cutting horse is a disease for which there's no cure." So I bought that for him for Christmas one year and fixed it up because it really fit very well.
I love to talk about my dear friend Roger Odum. What he did for cutting in the East cannot be measured. His contribution was immense. He was a founding member, past president, and driving force behind the Augusta Futurity, the Atlantic Coast Cutting Horse Association. He had an infectious personality. If you were around Roger, you would become excited about cutting because he had a sense of excitement about him whenever he talked about it or whenever he was around it. Without him, we wouldn't be where we are today.
I first met Roger Odum in 1983 when I served as a volunteer worker for the Augusta Futurity. Roger hired me to work as a secretary for the Area 18 Cutting Horse Association. Roger was always there to help you. He was always there to answer questions, solve problems, work cattle, and he competed with the best. Working for Roger was like attending a cutting horse course, numbers 101 and 102. He had intuitive skills on how to solve problems and get things done. And he also had a great sense of humor. I see Roger as the glue that held Area 18 together.
The Area 18 Cutting Horse Association, under Roger Odum's leadership, became the #1 affiliate cutting horse association in the United States. Roger had an ability to rally people together, to believe in him, and to get the job done. He was a natural leader. One of the first things Roger ever told me was, if you're going to have a meeting and there's going to be an issue, be sure you got the votes in your back pocket before the meeting starts. And I've never forgotten that. Second thing Roger told me was, if you're having an issue with another person, the first man to raise his voice loses, and that has really served me well over time.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Tutt. I'm the owner of Citisbell Coffee House located in downtown Augusta, Georgia at 903 Broad Street. Here at Citisbell, we are a traditional coffee house. We would love for everyone from the Futurity to come over and try our great espresso, our nice sandwiches, which are made in-house while you're here and wait. All of our pastries, I make them myself. They are absolutely delicious. We are a traditional coffee house. You're welcome to come, sit down, read a book, and that's why we're called Citisbell, because we want you to come in, relax, and enjoy yourself and have a good time. Thank you so much for coming to downtown Augusta, Georgia.
My name is Lisa Anderson, and I'm with the Boar's Head Public House. It's a family-owned business, and it's located at 1135 Broad Street in downtown Augusta. We specialize in traditional British food, such as fish and chip and shepherd's pie, and we have a wonderful selection of beer, wine, and a full liquor bar. We're easy to find. Just come straight down 8th Street and turn left on Broad Street. We're at 1135 Broad Street. We'll look forward to seeing you.
La Dolce Vita Spa offers men and women's cuts, single process colors, foils, double process color, relaxers, textured waves, perms. We offer everything. La Dolce Vita has been downtown at the same location for 19 years. So since you're already downtown, we're right around the corner at 1141 Broad Street, in between 11th and 12th Street on Broad. So come in. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, and we'd love to see you.
Roger's contribution to the Augusta Futurity was so great that the directors wanted to do something special for him. The year we had commissioned Jim Reno to do a special trophy for the Augusta Futurity, the only one of its kind, we sculpted the trophy and we gave them to our winners. But we wanted to give one to Roger. So the board voted unanimously, without Roger's knowledge, to give him one of those trophies. And it was my great pleasure as chairman that year, on finals night, to award him in front of the full arena a complimentary trophy of the Augusta Futurity. Nora was there and his children were there. It was really a very, very happy night.
I think that was the most exciting night of our life. It just meant so much to Raj, it meant so much to me. It was a complete surprise. Words can't tell you how we felt. It was just, I was so happy for him. And I think everyone else was too also.
This was during about the 12th Augusta Futurity. We were down on the arena floor, and I asked Roger, I said, Roger, how do you feel about high places? He said, oh, high places don't bother me at all. So I took Roger upstairs on the second concourse, and we weaved up the spiral steps up to the catwalk. I walked out on the catwalk, and I said, Roger, step out here for a second. Roger was still on the spiral staircase. Roger stepped out on the catwalk. He looked down at that expanded metal, and he saw 30 feet below the Civic Center arena. I saw Roger's hands go out and grab the rails on that catwalk. Roger froze. He couldn't even take a step one way or the other. And he looked at me and he said, this is a little higher than I expected. Well, both of us had a laugh. Roger finally got comfortable, stepped out on the catwalk, and stayed up there 30 minutes, whistling and hollering at his friends that were down below in the Cutting Horse Arena.
I remember a particularly good story about Roger. I was president of the Augusta Futurity at the time. It was finals night, and we probably had the worst group of cattle in that arena that's ever been there. I think something like 8 out of the first 9 contestants lost cattle. Roger came over, and I was feeling terrible. Roger came over to me, he put his arm around my back, he patted me on the back, he said, Billy, don't worry, this too shall pass. We're going to be all right. Well, we weren't all right. The cattle didn't get any better, and contestants continued to lose cattle. A few minutes later, I looked up in the stands, and there was Roger and Dee Babcock and Norman Bruce all laughing about something. Others were laughing too. Well, nobody else was laughing. There wasn't anything funny going on in the arena. Little did I realize they were laughing at me. When Roger had come up to console me and patted me on the back, he'd put a sign on my back that said, Cattle Chairman. So I was walking around the arena with this horrible group of cattle in there with the sign Cattle Chairman on my back. Everybody got a good laugh at my expense. Roger put me on my first cutting horse in an arena. I remember it was a hot Saturday in July at a backyard cutting in South Carolina. I just came to watch. And Roger said, why don't you go in and show? And I said, well, Roger, I've never done that. He said, you get on my horse and go in and show. And I did. And I enjoyed it very much, and that was really the beginning.
Roger Odum is a great friend of mine, and I say is a great friend because Roger's memories live with me so vivid that Roger is still with me.
I believe Roger's up there in the great arena in the sky. He's marking 75s and 76s, and he's monitoring a successful cutting horse association. And you know, he's kind of waiting for the rest of us to join him. Congratulations, Roger, being elected to the NCHA Hall of Fame. You deserve it.